with the muffler Ryan Bruckner. I'm Mike Big Tobacco Ryan, and this is my intro.
I wasn't ready.
What? Oh, shit. What were you saying?
I wasn't
ready.
I was muttering some things about you under my breath.
Oh, I didn't have the cans in, so.
Well, I guess you'll hear it later.
Not if I restart it, because this is a terrible, terrible beginning to this pod.
All of your beginnings are terrible, you piece of shit.
In that you interrupt my introduction in every episode.
Then that you always try to cram some joke that doesn't work into each episode.
Well, now you're not going to hear it.
I don't want to hear it.
Now you're not going to hear it.
I don't want to hear it.
I was practicing my delivery on the ride. Welcome to Squared Circle Cinema. Follow us on iTunes.
Yeah. Glad I didn't.
No, that's not the joke. That's just me being an idiot. Hey, like and subscribe to hear more of this shit.
Like and subscribe. Will ya?
Sorry.
Please. I'm pissed.
What were you saying? I didn't hear you say anything under your breath. What the fuck are you talking about?
You'll hear that later. I'm just pissed. There was a national travesty that happened.
I'm sad.
I'm mad.
I'm sad right now.
I'm mad right now.
Okay. You want to hear mad? Let's take a poll. Let's take a viewer poll. Do you want to hear mad or sad?
Dusty.
Viewer poll time.
Mad or sad, buddy?
Oh, there Dusty comes out with her his beautiful viewer poll sweater, handmade.
He said mad.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Headline. Los Angeles Daily News. In-N-Out loses top spot to rival Five Guys in burger poll.
Oh my God. Wait, what kind of poll is this?
It's a burger poll.
Wait a minute. What's the name of the poll?
All right. After playing second fiddle to Irvine-based In-N-Out Burger, Five Guys Burgers finally has something to cheer about. The East Coast burger sensation, best known for its fresh cut fries, ousted In-N-Out in the Harris Poll's annual brand report.
You mean heresy polls?
I fucking hate Five Guys!
Five Guys is the worst! It's the greasy burger with the greasy bread, and there's just no options.
There's
Peanuts on the floor!
Wow. I'm glad you're this as
I need peanuts on my floor like I need carpeting in my bathroom! Fucking Five Guys sucks! I hate Five Guys. It's just greasy. It's a bullshit burger.
Holy shit. Man.
Ah!
I was so mad, but you took it.
That place
All
fucking
of my
blows.
all of my passion.
How could you compare those two burgers, man?
In-N-Out
is
is a culinary creation. Every piece of bread is toasted perfectly.
how about the consistency?
Cheese melts
It's always the
perfectly.
same experience.
Yes.
know
Five
what you're
Guys,
gonna get.
it's a smashed two patties smashed in mediocre bread wrapped in foil with just bullshit toppings.
Flavorless.
The only sauce options
there's
are
no-
barbecue, ketchup,
It's a great
A1, and mustard.
Maybe, if you would have said fat burger, I would have been like, that sucks. I disagree. But, you can get a fried egg at the fat burger at least. That's something.
Yeah. I always
Hey,
go
how
to
many
Five Guys
drive-through
disappointed.
Five Guys do you know?
I
I
actually
don't know any.
I went to Five Guys like 2 weeks ago. And
I went twice. Second time, first time I was like, maybe it was just a bad experience. Went second time, I was like, nope, I was right the first time. Fuck you, Five Guys.
yeah, all five of you can go fuck yourselves.
Who are these guys?
In-N-Out is the master burger.
What's your favorite part about the In-N-Out burger?
The melted cheese that gets stuck to the paper with a whole bunch of secret sauce and the pickles.
So it's outside of the burger. So
I
you've
think
always thought outside of the box, I would say. So
every-
that's conducive to your
No, but
personality type.
every element of the burger is a perfect bite. You have the 2 soft buns that are perfectly toasted in a double-double.
Yes.
You have the 2 small, thin, fresh patties of meat that come together to make something beautiful. You have the melted cheese, perfectly melted to perfection. Perfectly melted to perfection. Yeah, I said that.
A little redundant.
You got the special sauce, the
but
lettuce.
it's not
the
redundant if you're
tomatoes.
talking about a double-double.
And if you get animal style, you got the grilled onions, baby, and they grill them till they're so brown.
Ryan, can I stop
they're
you right there?
sweet.
I go raw. I like the raw onions. I
I
like
li-
the fresh veggies.
I
I like
always
the crisp of the raw onion and the lettuce and the tomato because, I'm a health nut. And you know what else? My favorite part, wipe that fucking look off your face. I'm a health nut. I love health nuts. That was a joke.
You are in love with many
No, my
professional
favorite
wrestlers
part-
and their speedos.
My favorite health nuts.
Yeah.
Oh.
You do love health nuts.
Oh, good. That was good. Cool. You salvaged that. I mean, like I set you up there, bro. The bread. The
bread is so damn
The
good.
bread is the best part for me. And it's always the same. It's never too soft.
Perfectly toasted.
Yes.
All wrapped up in paper.
Why does it work? This is what every
They
burger
don't
tasted
smash
like.
it into foil.
This is what every burger tastes like in 1955.
Yeah, it's always tastes the same. It'll always taste the same.
But that's
you
why
go to
it
Five
works.
Guys.
They found a formula.
It
and
will
they
never
stuck with
taste
it.
the same each time.
I hate Five Guys.
Me too.
Sorry, Dusty.
Wow. I'm glad you agree with me.
I'm also sad. Sad news out of the rock and roll world. You even want to talk about this, or is it just too much of a bummer?
It did hit me pretty hard.
I'm still kind of in mourning. I was just blown away. Like, what the fuck? This dude, Chris Cornell, had everything. He had everything. He had looks. He had the voice of an angel. Like, I was reminded of that Richard Cory song, Simon and Garfunkel. Richard Cory went home last night and put a bullet through his head. The song's about a guy that works in his factory, and he curses the life he's living, and he curses his poverty, and he wishes he could be that man up on the mountaintop. But you know what? Depression. Depression's a fucking dog from hell, man. It's not fair. That sucks.
It does.
I got all emo like the last 2 days. I've been listening to Soundgarden.
I've been listening to Sun Shower.
You know what's
his
crazy?
hit single from his solo
You
career.
read about his last show in Detroit. Like, he was jovial. He had acted like he'd never acted before on stage. So says this one writer, which,
like
take that
he
with a
was
grain of
like,
salt.
this is going to be my last
well,
show.
I mean, he was hugging his
my
bandmates.
last hurrah.
He said, sorry for the next town. What does that
Remember
mean?
Remember when our band Con Queso tried to cover Temple of the Dog?
Oh, that was great.
Oh man, that was
I could hit the Chris Cornell parts. You couldn't even hit Eddie Vedder. You idiot.
Eddie Vedder's hard. You couldn't hit Chris Cornell.
Yeah, I could. You want me to do it right now? Put me
Do
on the
it right
fucking
now.
spot.
Do it right now.
I'm going hungry.
You didn't hit it.
That's not even the highest, too. You couldn't even do Eddie Vedder, you dipshit.
I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence.
But I won't eat the powerhouse because my cup's already overfilled.
I'm going hungry.
I'm going hungry. Hey!
Yeah, you really hit those Cornell notes, bitch.
What the hell? Whose idea was that? Was that Chris's idea?
I have no idea.
Chris was our
Yeah.
groupie.
Well,
you know what, though?
Here's to you, Chris Cornell.
Here's to you, man. We lost a rock and roll fucking legend.
Definitely.
So who's next? I mean, like, Lane Staley, gone. Kurt Cobain, gone. Not in that order. You know?
Eddie Vedder.
Vedder is marked for death.
It's all he's not gonna die. He's gonna
in
live
his
forever.
80s. He drinks wine. That's healthy.
He's gonna show up to the
supposed
Rock and
to
Roll
drink
Hall
wine.
of Fame every year.
I'm still doing great.
He's gonna induct Cloud Nothings into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something.
You could almost put that in that order, though, like as far as their talent level, him being the last one to go.
I'd say Chris Cornell is more talented than Lane Staley.
Yeah, I mean, oh, yeah. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain was a better songwriter, in my opinion. I think.
Kurt Cobain had the better band concept.
Yeah,
He had the power trio that was just
Cornell was a better songwriter,
dirty
or
and
a better
raw.
lyricist. Yeah. He had a better
Yeah.
sound. Soundgarden was kind of tough to listen to at sometimes because they were just professional musicians.
Yeah, and it was Soundgarden was a little too close for to metal, and I think that was kind of their. That's why I like
grunge.
Nirvana a little more, because Nirvana is closer to punk.
I liked Soundgarden more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always Nirvana over Soundgarden then. Alice in Chains was a distant.
Yeah.
I like Pearl Jam more than Alice in Chains, if I'm going to be
like
honest.
Pearl Jam more now that I'm a 33-year-old man than
Yeah.
I did when Pearl Jam was
I
big in
guess
the 90s.
Me too. I appreciate their music more and the melodies.
Yeah.
And, come on, Eddie Vedder's a talented guy.
Yeah. No, I feel bad
we
for
gonna
making
throw,
fun of him all those years.
STP in there?
Yeah, you got to throw him in there.
Got to throw
And
them
he's
in
dead
there.
too.
He's
But
dead
they're not
too.
from Seattle, right?
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so. I just said that like I knew, but I'm pretty sure I would have known that.
They were
if
from the
weren't.
same era, the grunge era.
But they weren't all
Meanwhile-
that grungy. They were kind of more like metal in a kind of pussy 90s way.
They were just kind of 90s alternative rock in a nutshell, And
R.I.P..
every member of Smashing Pumpkins is still alive. God damn it.
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins, grunge. Well, like the 90s, we've exhausted this conversation. Does that work?
I'm pretty exhausted with you trolling me on my text messages
What are you talking about?
every Saturday of the month. Every special Saturday of each month.
Because I get drunk a little bit, I'm just kind of dancing around the room watching some WWE Network, and I'll send you a fucking, busting your balls kind of text. Big deal.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm trying to enjoy myself and I don't need to take your guff.
What is this?
You know what you texted to me last Saturday.
Oh, fuck. Last Saturday I was fucking pissed, dude. Oh, I know where you're going. Yeah.
Trying to ruin my
Okay,
day.
no. Let me paint this picture for you, okay? It was a pleasant afternoon with my girl. We're in Long Beach, driving her home. She did a little recording session with the Eagle Rock Gospel Singers. Check them out. They're on Spotify. Pretty badass. She's doing some backup vocals. How did it go? It was great. Oh, cool. She asked me, how are the Angels doing? Knowing that I'm a huge diehard Angels fan. I don't know, Grace. Let's turn on the radio. Let's listen to Terry Smith. Let's listen to Mark Langston. Takes about 45 minutes to get the score because Terry Smith, the play-by-play guy, never tells you the fucking score. But we're knotted at 6 going into the fucking 6th inning. So it's like, all right, cool. We got an exciting game on our hands. Excellent. It was her idea. Hey, Mike, what if we go to a bar and, I don't know, watch the rest of the game? That's a fucking great. Are you kidding me? Yeah, let's do it. This is exciting. This is special for me because I never get to go to bars anymore, okay? There's nothing to do with her. That's just, I don't like going to bars anymore. So when I do, I treat myself. It's a special occasion, We get to the bar. Oh, yes, we get to the bar. Ryan, we get to the bar, and there's a $10 cover charge. $10? What the hell's going on here? I peek my head in, MMA. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go across the street, the Hollywood Way. It's on Hollywood Way in Burbank, California. We get there. What do I see? A couple dudes with affliction shirts. I'm seeing the cauliflower ear. They smell like Axe body spray. Oh, fuck. There's probably going to be a cover charge here, too. And there was. And it was $15. The city of Burbank was regurgitating my desire to watch the final 3 innings of a knotted game between your Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim Hills and I think it was the A's. Okay, I don't remember who they were playing, but that doesn't matter. So anyway, then we went to a place called Simmy's and they had the game on and Angels lost in the 9th, but I was pissed.
I bet they had a lot of asses in their seats at Simmy's watching that Angels game.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like,
you know why they don't have the Angels game on in Burbank? Because you're in fucking LA, man. If you want to root for the Angels, move back to Villa Park and live with your mother, you fucking spoiled piece of shit. And you know what? I didn't even watch the fights that night. I had to download them and not go on social media all night. And then I had to wake up at 8 a.m.
You had to download them because you don't have any friends that are into that shit anymore.
No.
Yes.
I was
download it and wear your affliction shirts and be all cool and talk about how you're strong when you throw that man over there on that side of the chain link octagon fence by yourself alone.
I was going to a concert with my wife. God damn it. And so I couldn't watch it. And so what I did was I downloaded it and I avoided social media because I'm a loyal fan and I watched it in the morning and I was eating dinner trying to avoid spoilers, and then I get a text from
forbid
you.
He avoids
bitching
social
about not
media
getting...
going to a concert at the Pomona Fairgrounds.
It was at the Fonda Theater in Los Angeles.
If you went to me first in the Gimme Gimmes without me, I'm gonna fucking walk.
People smile and tell me I'm a lucky one, and you've just begun. Think I'm gonna have a son. Yeah, I went without you. Stop scaring my dog. Piece of shit. Yeah, he's walking. Well, anyway, baseball is for losers. Why would anybody watch baseball anyway? I think it's pretty lame. I mean, like, this is a sport where we play hundreds of games to the point where Mike doesn't even know who the Angels are playing in this pointless game.
That's not the point.
There's going to be hundreds
That's
of them.
not the point. What
Let's
bothers
watch
me
these
is
guys,
commandeering a bar. You know, I can find a little section. I don't expect the game to be on everywhere, but the fact that I can't go in because MMA has held it fucking hostage.
Guess what? Because they
pisses.
charge money for their game, for their fights, man.
$60, big deal.
So you got to pay to enter that bar.
That was funny.
It's an event.
At Hollywood Way, the guy was giving his spiel, you know, like, hey, it's a $10 cover charge. I just turned around and walked out. And I was like, I think I said out loud, like, fuck. I was a brat that night.
Mike, the Angels will never win a World Series again.
Ryan, this means absolutely nothing coming from you because you know absolutely nothing about that world. And while you're absolutely right, 100%, you would say that anyway, even if they did have a chance. They don't.
I'm
And
saying
Mike Trout will probably play for I don't know, the Philadelphia Phillies in the next 4 years when his
I hope he
contract's
becomes
up.
an A or a
No,
Yankee.
no. It'll be an East Coast team, no doubt. It'll be
A
a National
Yankee.
League East Coast,
Yankee.
maybe a Yankee, but probably a Met. Probably a Met. That's where
Well,
he's going to hit his 600th and 700th home
I'm
run.
just mainly saying that to put a curse on your favorite team because, go fuck yourself. Don't try to ruin my good time because you're having a bad time.
Your good time.
Yeah. You initiated.
Well, let me cue this up. It wasn't even that bad.
I don't need you complaining to me about something that you could watch for free.
Was it really
anywhere.
bothering you? And then you kind of I just kind of said it in jest, and then you came at me with some really hurtful retorts.
Because you were trying to ruin my good time.
Well, I can't find it.
I have it right here. You said
My name's
My name's
MMA.
MMA.
I found. Don't look. That's not. No. Oh, now I went to talking text. You just sent Ryan. Laall. My name's MMA, and I take over every good sports bar in the San Fernando Valley and charge $10 so you can't watch a real sport. To which you reply, "Go fuck yourself, dipshit." Nobody wants you polluting their bar. Work their stench. Baseball is for pussies. Ducking autocorrect. I don't get the reference there. I don't know about you. So what he meant to say, people.
with their stench.
Okay, thank you. I don't know about you, but my idea of fun on a Saturday night is going to a sports bar to eat mediocre food and watch a bunch of assholes play a game for 3 hours that doesn't mean shit because there are 100 more left to play this season. The Angels will never win another World Series. This does not sound like a man that is at a rock and roll concert right now. We're like, how did you have the time to compose?
I was eating Philly cheesesteaks.
Before it,
It was before the concert.
before the okay.
I went to
Holy
Booze on
seconds.
on Fountain. Go to Booze on Fountain if you want a quality cheesesteak.
Oh, you were right by my apartment, man. By the Vons there. By Children's Hospital, Los Angeles.
Yes, I was.
Thanks for saying hi. I was in Burbank, though.
Yeah.
Hey, man. You know what? We got something.
We've got viewer
something.
mail.
We got
It
something.
says,
We got something.
to Ryan from a listener.
It just showed up here. Whoa. What the hell is this? Okay, all right. There's shit on the desk here. All right. Why don't you describe what we're looking at?
There were notes that said to Mike from a listener, and another note that said.
And
to
I just found it
Ryan
on the table here. I didn't
from
even
a
notice it was
listener.
there. But where'd you get
Yours
these?
has writing on the back of it. Did they write a note? No.
There's no writing on the back. We talking about.
Oh, it looks like scratch paper then.
Was this on in your mailbox?
It was just left in our podcast studio.
Interesting. It's a stickers auto collectance. Auto Collins.
Auto Collins.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
WWE superstars stickers Auto Collins. What's an Auto Collins? And it's got all your favorites on there. Just our 3 favorites at least: The Undertaker, Ultimate Warrior, and Stone Cold Steve
There's
Austin.
a big red sticker
It's
that
a
just
sticker
says
book.
Cesaro.
Someone got us a sticker book,
There's Razor Ramon.
and it says to
RKO.
Mike from a listener. What is
Pretty
yours say?
great. Mine says to Ryan from a listener.
I'm going to put these
Well-
stickers over everything.
Well,
Let's see here.
Mrs. Kathy
No,
Ryan.
no. It's not my
Thank
mom.
you.
This is handwritten. This is a handwritten note. It's not my mom because I can read it. So that leaves 2 other people because it says a listener. It's not me.
Boutros Ghali, you're such a mensch.
It's not Tyler because his downstrokes are way too aggressive and sharp.
I thought
It's
it was
not Tyler's writing.
Boutros Ghali. Doesn't he listen?
I don't think it's Chris because he has there's a little bit of cursive here on the E, on the lowercase e.
I know who it is.
You do?
Yeah.
Are you being serious, or I'm
being
seriously
serious.
curious here?
It's the dude that plays Eddie on Family Matters. I think that guy listens. What's that guy's name?
Now, let me look it up. Darius McCray. Crary. What the hell? His name's Darius? Oh, yeah.
Darius
McCrary.
Darius McCrary. We salute you,
All right.
sir.
Definitely edit this out.
Thank you.
It's not. Who the fuck did this? Was this on your doorstep?
Well, it's probably my wife. And
Oh.
thank you.
Is this her
Cassie.
writing?
Some very nice stickers
No,
you
it
gave us.
was your wife the whole time.
Yeah. Nobody cares about us, just her.
Oh, that's sweet.
Only her. No one else. Nobody else.
Look at all the faces.
Well, this is the first time in our podcast history where we're topical.
Because we were talking about Soundgarden.
Well, that and movie number
21 of 4,991, Guardians of the Galaxy, starring Dave Bautista, which came out in 2014, which was 3 years ago. So I don't know what you're talking about as far as topical.
We're also doing movie number
22 of 4,000. Oh, boy. 5,007. Oh, man. They just cranked out. What's 9 plus 7? 18 movies. 16. Man, I'm bad at math. Back to you, Brian.
Yes, we're watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 1 and 2. Don't worry, we'll try to be spoiler free on Volume 2. Starring Dave Bautista, the greatest professional wrestler / actor alive. Kevin Nash, you've been dethroned.
As much as I would like to agree with you, I'm going to disagree with you. Only that, okay, now I haven't seen any other Batista movie. But I will say that from what I've seen, Kevin Nash has more range. A lot more range. So he got this character down. as
Are you
Drax.
fucking kidding me?
This is wonderful. Love
Kevin Nash has range. We've seen him as
He had
the
to-
monotoned stripper with heart, and we've seen him as the hormone-taking football player. That's what we've seen.
And we've seen his growth between when he's like, oh my God, I'm getting hot flashes here, guys. I don't know what to do in the whole night.
In Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, Dave Bautista not only proves to be a comedic powerhouse with impeccable timing and delivery, he also is able to make his audience believe and cry and feel his pain. In Guardians 1, we find out that Ronan killed his entire family.
entire
and he
family.
wants revenge. In 2, at the end,
remember killing your family at all.
at the end, at the
In
grand
fact,
finale,
I'll remember killing you either.
in Volume 2, at the end, the grand finale, beautiful, tender moment with biting wit, humor. He deserves his own
Yeah, well,
movie.
good.
There should be a Drax movie.
Well, a lot of that is the editing, I guess. As far as his comedic timing, I mean, it was like, oh, you're talking about Guardians 2?
I'm talking about both, babe.
Okay, but like the last scene, in Guardians 2, you're beautiful too. On the inside. Great timing, hilarious. Thank you, editor.
So
He's just kind of
Kevin Nash wasn't edited in.
Yeah, but he was. I thought he was. But you're right. You know what? I'm having a hard time. Look, these are two. Okay, it's hard to argue this because I think these are two of the best.
This is
wrestling.
the best performance by
It's up
any
there.
wrestler
I think it might be
in the history of movies.
Volume 2 or Volume 1.
Put them together.
I think Volume 2 and
Volume 2, he has more
I saw that in the theater.
room to stretch.
In an awesome theater. Burbank 16 AMC, Dolby Theater. The sound was unbelievable. They had like 20 giant speakers on each side.
I saw it
Wonderful
at the
experience.
Harkins in Chino.
Got to the Harkins.
But they do
do
have
reclining
Dolby.
chairs?
They do have Dolby.
The chairs recline?
No, they don't
Okay.
recline.
Well, the chairs I sat in reclined. And it only cost me $6 because I had a Costco voucher at an AMC.
So you
because
had
it's
a
Dolby.
voucher and then you had to pay
Had to
the
60
difference?
Yeah. That's like
Wow.
it would have
great.
been like a $25 ticket. Crazy.
Yeah.
It was an experience though, because it was like a 3-hour experience. 30 minutes worth of previews. They were all Marvel or Disney. 30 fucking minutes.
You got to
a
get
3-hour movie.
those asses in the seats for the remake of The Fox and the Hound or whatever they're going to do next.
You talking about the latest season of Game of Thrones? No, I that too many. How many trailers did the Chino Hills 17
I remember
play?
the Thor trailer. I remember the
With-
Spider-Man trailer.
With Incredible Hulk, right?
yeah.
Like, oh, he's my friend. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
I can't wait for that Thor movie, man. Do you
it
know
looks
who
like a one-off.
Do you know who directed it?
Looks like a throwaway. No, I don't.
Taika Waititi, the director of What We Do in the Shadows,
Oh,
and-
yes.
and the
I didn't know that.
the Wilder People, the Hunt for the Wilder People.
What we do in the shadows is all I need to know.
You
Fuck
should.
yeah.
You
Now
should
I didn't know that.
see the Wilder People movie. That's a pretty good movie too.
The Wilder people.
The Wilder People
The Wilder people were
with
werewolves, not
Sam Neill.
swearwolves.
Sam Neill and a fat kid. Beautiful movie.
Yeah, when did it come out?
Like 2 years ago or a
Oh,
year
cool.
ago.
Yeah, I will write that on my list right now. Are you serious? The
Hunt
sticker book.
for
We got the
Wilder
sticker book
People.
from. Was this Cassie?
It was Cassie.
Really? That's so
I
sweet.
thought we talked about that already.
I thought it was Chris. I thought like you invited him over and then you bailed on him and he had nothing to do. He's like, well, I'm just gonna buy some sticker books.
Okay. You've heard my piece on Big Dave.
No, what I did there is I made that sticker book part a little harder for you to edit because it was such crap. You have to edit it out.
I'm not
And now you have-
editing shit.
No, please, that was bad, Ryan.
I'm not editing shit.
Oh, we were dying though during the sticker book.
You were dying.
That's true.
One could argue that we're dying now. That you've brought the sticker book back up again and then had a coughing fit while you're holding a tall can of swill.
Which I was about to pour into my Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 mug. That my lady got me. Got all our favorite characters. I'm starting to think this is my new favorite action ensemble. No doubt about it.
I think it's
I love all these characters.
Who was your
Rocket.
favorite? Who was your favorite before this action ensemble?
Star Wars. Like,
Yeah?
I'm comparing this to Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess
Okay.
Leia.
That's funny.
I mean,
that's
seriously.
funny.
Like,
because
seriously.
because I think these movies are better than Star Wars.
Me too.
I said it. Come at me, nerds. Come at me.
If you want to get
my
me riled
my
up,
email address is Ryan RYAN Bruckner.
Give him your Twitter.
BRUECKNER @gmail.com.
give him your Twitter.
At Ryan M. Bruckner on Twitter. You don't like it? Come get me.
Suck his dick.
Because suck
Why
my
don't you suck
dick.
his dick until he comes in your mouth?
Because Guardians of the Galaxy is better than Star Wars.
It's funner. It's funnier. It's scarier. It's charming more. I mean,
it has humor that
this is
exists.
hurting me, but it's not because I agree with you. And if you're trying to rile me up and try to get in an argument with me, I'm not going to argue with you.
We were agreeing, dipshit.
Exactly. But it's a difficult thing to say. And you're saying like I'm saying it. I'm saying it. But like the scripts are better. Like the first script was incredible because it was just setting up, like it would set up the second movie perfectly.
Yeah.
Those little seeds of him getting, or not, him getting abducted. It's like this story has an arc of multiple movies. thank God it was successful.
Beautiful revelations
Yeah.
from movie to movie.
And I think if there's no doubt, like this would be, if it is a trilogy, the second one is like your act 2. That's when like your characters get to have fun, and to introduce these amount of characters and storyline with the father, that was insane. I thought this was just going to be eye candy, you know, where they're all just having fun together with some jokes. I think this is a better story than the first one.
What's so cool about the second one is the opening sequence. They're fighting. There's a big action sequence going on.
And it's
They're
fun.
fighting this guy and this like giant space monster.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know.
Because let's just watch Baby Groot
Baby
dance
Groot is so
while
great.
all this crazy violence that we've all grown numb to from all of these big blockbuster
Yeah.
superhero movies.
Perfect.
It's like, nah,
Perfect.
let's have that
Let's get
go
it
in
from
the
the point of
background
view.
and look at how cute
And
this
it's
guy
so-
is
God,
as
it's
all
so
this shit's
great.
going on.
And when Gamora's like, Groot, no, that's bad. Like they're just treating him like a baby, because that's what he is, and they're loving and caring for him. And the music is incredible, and you get dancing Groot.
Yeah.
As far as opening credits for an action movie, number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1. I was
And-
like just applauding. I was like, this is so fun. And it sets the tone perfectly, because we're like, all right, people are going to die, but our guys aren't going to die. Spoiler. You know, I was like, they're going to go for what's fun
Yeah.
and not what's tragic and devastating.
And okay, let's compare the father-son dynamic of Star Wars and the father-son dynamic of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
One is some fantasy bullshit with inhuman flat characters. The other is the complicated mess of father-son relationships. Something that you can really sink your teeth into and then really feel something from. So much so that they picked the best father and son song ever to commemorate the moment.
While they're playing catch.
In Star Wars, we're made to believe that the most evil guy in the world, in the galaxy, Darth Vader, has some good in him. He reveals that he is Luke Skywalker's father. And then he saves Luke Skywalker at the end, because Luke always felt that he had good in him. And he sacrificed himself to save Luke and to stop the Emperor. But then we go back and we see this guy when he was grown up that was once a mighty Jedi.
Okay.
And he had good in him, and he's this brat for 3 movies that I would never root for in my entire life. And if he would have died in episode 1, 2, or 3, it would have been great. He never had good in him. He's a piece
all right,
of
but
shit.
here's the thing. All right. Now we're talking about 6 movies. Because now we're going into episode 1, 2, and 3.
I'm talking about
With
the whole
Guardians,
saga.
we only have 2 right now.
And
So
we had
we're
a
now-
beautiful father and
I
son
only
story, and it
wanna
was only in one movie.
Okay, I only want to compare this to New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. Because that's only fair. Because those are 2 movies that you would compare it to. This is when the reveal happens of the father. And the father is at the very end. And that's pretty goddamn epic.
It's pretty epic, but it's like, okay, now this evil guy.
So
is
who
your
knows?
father.
You know, it'll probably happen too when the Guardians
know-
of the Galaxy 7 comes out and we get the backstory of Kurt Russell and all that shit.
No,
You don't know,
Guardians
man. That's
of the
what's
Galaxy
so fucking
3.
bummer
They've
about it.
they've settled the father and son story. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be something completely different.
No, I know, but
hoping it'll
exactly,
center
and we're
on
gonna compare
Drax
that to Return
or
of the
Rocket.
Jedi, which is also a fucking incredible movie. So we shouldn't get episodes 1, 2, and 3.
I'm just talking about the overall theme of father and son in every Star Wars movie. In one movie, we've got a more impactful father and son relationship story than we did in 6 movies.
Okay, what's the father-son
7
relationship
even.
before the reveal in Star Wars? I mean, you got Uncle Owen, but they're dead before we meet him, just after a nice little supper.
We have an
And then we got
absentee
Yoda.
father that turns out to be the root of all evil, and then we've got a guy that all of a sudden can feel that there's good in him, and then
Right.
at the end the father sacrifices himself to save his son.
Yes.
And that's what happens. And then we get to go back to see this father grow up and be an emo piece of shit.
I don't want to hear you talk about episodes 1 through 3 as much as you don't want to talk about it.
Well, I'm just saying, it's a full father and son accounting in 6 movies that didn't have the impact of an hour of this movie when it comes to father and son
Right.
storytelling.
Okay, right. As far as, okay, because there was no father and son storytelling up until the climax of Empire Strikes Back, because that was the twist.
Okay.
So they
But
had
I'm
to bury that.
still comparing the whole Star Wars universe to the
Me too,
Guardians
because
of the Galaxy universe.
because if it isn't the best, then they're neck and neck. But
I'd
I'm
also
telling you, man, I
okay.
like these characters more. Like I
okay.
fucking love Rocket, man.
That's,
love Rocket.
That's okay. Let's compare the non-human
Chewie
characters in Star Wars to the non-human characters
to Rocket. So Rocket is
in-
Chewie.
in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
They have so much more soul. There's so much more possibilities for each character. Their humor is so much more biting than Rocket's humor, Groot's humor, compared to BB-8,
Yeah, actually, you know what? I take it
C-3PO,
back. You would have to.
R2-D2.
Do you think Chewie would be Groot?
Chewie would be Groot,
Yeah.
and Chewie.
So who's Rocket?
Chewie
then?
never had the "We are Groot" moment in
Oh,
any of those movies.
Oh man. Beautiful.
I mean, in episode 7, you've got the "No" Chewie, which is pretty powerful when he sees, spoiler alert,
Oh,
Han
that's-
Solo get killed.
Yeah, that got me choked up.
That was impactful.
Yeah, I was getting like a Toy Story 3 kind of gutter, like, right,
Yeah.
I gotta cry right
But
now.
Groot sacrificed himself to save all of his friends. Chewie never did that.
Yeah,
Chewie never sacrificed himself for anything, really.
he was never in that position.
I mean, if they would have written something like that,
Yeah, you're right.
imagine how
He could have
powerful
been.
that would be.
Like when the walls are closing in, she was just like, "What the fuck, you guys, save me!"
yeah, Chewie's basically a man dog. Like if they would have written the loyal dog saving his
Oh,
master.
And just that image of just,
I mean, come on.
just stems growing and creating life with each petal that's connected and joined to the twigs.
Beautiful.
Hugging his family.
Yeah.
We are Groot.
We are Groot. We are family.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. If like Volume 3 delivers, better than Star Wars. Better than
Definitely
Star Wars.
so much more stories to tell in this universe than in the Star Wars universe. I think there's so many places where you could shoot off. You've had 2 cameos of Howard the Duck in both movies, man, and now I'm like clamoring to see this Howard the Duck movie. You know,
That was like forbidden in my house.
Howard the Duck.
as a kid, it was like,
Really?
okay, my dad had a pirate box. So
I
I could watch
loved
the
Howard the
Spice
Duck.
Channel. I've seen it since, but it was like Risky Business and Howard the Duck. It's like, Mike, hands off. I don't know if it was like
That's
the
so
duck
funny.
titties in the beginning, but I don't know. If
And the
my
duck
mom just thought it
condom?
was so raunchy. There's like, we do not want him watching this, Ryan. Like, okay. So my dad's just like,
That's so funny. I watched that at an inappropriate age for sure.
no, I watched it. I was like 28.
I
First
was
time
like,
I saw
oh,
Howard
it's got
the
a
Duck.
duck in it. We gotta let him watch it. Yeah, but
Duck titties in the first 2 minutes. Of that.
yeah, they got to remake Howard the Duck. It's time. Let's
I think
do it
Seth
right.
Green voices Howard the Duck.
Yeah. But yeah, these movies are goddamn works of modern art, and I think they're better than any Marvel movie.
They work so good
For
together.
me. I like them. I'm kind of like
Each.
Star Wars kind of has X-Pac heat with me right now. I'm just like
You sound so cool for saying that.
Thank you. I'm just so kind of getting over it because we're having it every year, and now May the 4th has become this freaking holiday.
I'll tell
that
you, man.
annoys the shit out of me seeing people say,
Look,
May the 4th be with you. It's like,
I don't go outside on
God
the 4th.
damn it.
Actually, I don't know who you're hanging out with. That never happened to me.
It's just like all over
Did you go to
social
Disneyland?
media.
Did you go to California Adventure that day? It was a
Actually,
Thursday,
my
I believe.
wife did, and she said it was
Bastard.
packed. Oh, no, she didn't go. Her mom did. She said it was packed. But it's like, enough. Just give me a break from Star Wars for
I'll tell you,
couple
man.
years. And
As far as the 30 minutes worth of previews that I saw, which is way too much, Burbank AMC, way too much. I had to pee by the time the fucking movie started. Sounded great.
the next Star Wars does look fucking awesome.
It looks great, but like, I mean, it was, well, you got the John Williams score.
But I thought Rogue One was just so lame. Like, I think Rogue One kind of started.
I didn't
me,
even see it. That didn't, but that's not the narrative of episode
Yeah, but it's
7.
I just introduced so many characters that I didn't care about, and it tells a story where I already know the outcome. So why am I watching this movie anyway?
Tell you what, though, I was more excited for another trailer that I watched before Guardians of the Galaxy.
What was that?
Marvel, Wonder Woman.
That's not Marvel, you idiot.
That's Marvel.
It's DC.
No, Wonder Woman's Marvel.
You have a computer right in front of you, dipshit.
I want you to look it up. No, they're playing only Marvel trailers.
Wonder
It's a
Woman
Marvel-
is DC.
No, she's not. She
She
was talking
was-
about Thanos up in the sky, the god of death.
She's in Batman versus Superman.
Okay, Batman's DC. Superman just jumped ship. Wait, they just held a draft.
Oh God.
Fuck. Well, whatever. All right, who gives a shit? I'm not gonna have a fucking argument about
The
DC.
nerds are already mad by all this Star Wars bashing. Now you just made yourself look like an idiot.
I'm just alienating right now.
Yeah.
That movie looks good. There, Jesus. I would rather see that than the next Star Wars.
All of those DC movies suck, man. I was so appalled by how bad Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice was.
This? Oh no, that was dark. That was deep. That was great. That was sweet. What's
You
this?
like that
Kingsman?
movie?
I never saw it.
It was so
Dude,
okay.
I don't give a shit about
Okay.
action movies.
No, dude, Batman wants to kill Superman. He
Who
makes this
fucking-
suit and they're fighting to the death. And Batman has the upper hand. He's about to kill Superman.
Yeah.
And Superman goes like, Martha.
Martha.
And then he's like, why did you say Martha?
Because
That's my mom's
it's
name.
my mom's name, man. I just want to see your gun.
And then he was like, wait, my mom's also named Martha.
Simpatico.
We're friends.
We're friends.
Now,
Really?
I love
Oh,
you
that
now.
sounds terrible.
We're not going to fight anymore.
No, it's the Kingsman. The Kingsman sequel. That trailer was pretty good. I want to see that more than Wonder Woman.
I never saw.
And-
I never saw the first Kingsman.
Me neither. I didn't
Now
even.
you're
I'd
really
never even heard of it.
into the second one.
But it looks incredible. Jesus Christ! You got Colin Firth in there.
Can we talk about the power of the music of Cat Stevens?
Sure. I don't like T for the Tillerman though. Okay, this is okay. I'm glad you said that. I hate that song.
T for the Tillerman?
No, I love T for the Tillerman. I hate the song that they chose.
You hate Father and Son?
Yeah, I don't like that song.
What the hell?
I have a bad part of my life. That song was a regular in like a time I don't like to revisit. If you
What? No, now you have to tell me.
will. I don't want to say names.
Now
or get
you have to
specific,
tell me.
But it might have been an ex-girlfriend and her father, and like he
And
would
that was
play
their
that
song?
fucking song to his daughter. on acoustic guitar. My
Uh-huh.
acoustic guitar sounded like shit. And I was like, that song was like, I actually don't like Cat Stevens anymore. It's like,
Wow.
and now I can't listen to that fucking song anymore. Take it easy, you're the best. Just imagine.
Wow, that really took a turn. I was going to talk about how I started crying during that scene.
Funny, man. Life experiences. I
Yeah.
can't, like, that triggered something that just is so like upsetting to me.
Yeah.
That I just like, I hate the song. So I was trying, like, visually, I was like, this is beautiful, but I'm repulsed by that song.
That's funny. I used to think that the song God Only Knows was beautiful, but then we played it at my stepdad's funeral.
Oh, wow.
And so it's always tied to like
yeah.
that
God
day.
only knows.
And then it
Ah,
makes me
you-
think about it.
Makes
And
you
now I
smell
don't.
like, it smells like formaldehyde.
Yeah,
all
now
of a
I don't
sudden.
like it anymore.
Yeah. Well,
That's funny. Well, this song, I'm still a sucker for this song. It's just, especially now that I'm going to be a dad and I have a dog and I sing it to him all the
Aw,
time.
You do?
It's your fault.
Take it time. There's no need to worry.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Oh, I love
Fucking bullshit song.
So do you think, no, it's a nice song.
Tea for the Tillerman's a hell of a song. Bring fall.
Do you think
bring tea for
Harold
the
and Maude would
Tillerman.
be as good if it didn't have all those Cat
Absolutely
Stevens songs
not.
in it?
Absolutely not. Kidding me?
It punctuates that this scene in
all trouble, set me free.
Guardians. It just punctuates the emotional
Yeah.
impact.
I love the
you know?
fireworks at the end.
Yeah, it was.
Man.
It's beautiful, man.
And then that scene again, callback. You're beautiful on the inside.
Well,
I hope I don't come across saying that like Dave Bautista did not kill it
he killed it.
in both of these movies.
He has so many great lines.
The most laugh out loud moments weren't from Chris Pratt. They were from Bautista.
Like or like in the first
And I'm
one
speaking
where he's
for
like
the crowd. I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for the audience.
he's like
At the AMC 16,
It-
reclining.
it went over your head, and he's like, nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I will catch it. That's
Yeah.
just so funny. Yeah. All right. So, Guardians Volume 1,
10 out of 10.
10.
10 out of 10.
Guardians
doubt
Volume
about it.
2,
10 out of 10.
9.2.
10 out of 10. I'm almost thinking, like, I almost like the second one more.
Yeah, the second one.
I don't have anything
This-
to critique. The only thing I have to critique is maybe because the screen was so big, I noticed some imperfections in the CGI with like some of the big monsters and stuff. And who am I to fucking critique that shit? Perfect story in both movies. 10 out of 10.
The second one maybe just had a few asides in it that maybe were a little unnecessary, where we have to like kind of figure out what this means. Like I have to look up who this guy is after, because they have like really no tie to the plot. I'm talking about Sylvester Stallone here. Like
That's
why
true.
was his character?
And that's kind of
Like, what's his
forced.
significance?
Okay, yeah. Who the fuck is Ving Rhames? You know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of setting up a little force.
So that's why I'd give it a 9.2.
okay.
And I also feel like, because there were jokes revisited in number 2 from number 1. Number 1 had the solid original jokes, like stealing the guy's leg. He's like, I'm gonna need that guy's leg, and that guy's eye.
That.
Yeah, that's great.
I love that callback where they actually stole the eye in the second one.
it's a callback. You know,
It was hilarious.
It's great, but I'm saying it was created in the original.
Well, true,
and
but,
you're just
but
like
the
feeding
payoff
off
was
of
in
that.
number 2. Like this
Yeah.
was a payoff movie, and it really delivered.
Yeah,
I just love seeing Rocket's reaction when he's like cracking up like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. No, so I mean 9.2 is very high.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
No,
very
yeah.
strict with my ratings.
Yeah, we might as well just do our year end right now.
Yeah, he's gonna get the like Cecil B. DeMille Award.
Cecil Me DeMille.
He's gonna get the
Cecil WWE DeMille.
yeah, the Cecil WWE Award for excellence in the field of acting by a professional wrestler.
Great movie going experience too. for me. Like I'd never
Yeah.
been to a Dolby theater like that with reclining chairs. The sound was amazing. And like I had no concept of how long the movie was. I checked my phone a lot. Not a lot, but like after like 2 acts, I just want
It
to
was
kind of
like,
gauge where
what
it
was
is.
it, like 210, 220?
2:18.
Yeah.
And I'd usually like not because I'm bored, but I'm just kind of curious where we are along the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was like 30 minutes, fucking hour and a half. It was like, holy
Tight.
shit.
That's a good sign. Fun facts. When Dave Bautista found out he got the role of Drax the Destroyer, he broke down in tears.
He didn't like the script.
Overjoyed at getting
Oh,
a
yeah.
Marvel comic book role, he prepared for the role with an acting coach.
Yes.
This broke him out of the carny world of wrestling, and he's now a big star.
Yeah.
This was his big break, and he's loving every minute of it.
Okay. Stop. Royal Rumble that he won was around this time. Was it?
It was before
2013
this
or was it
came out.
2014? It was before it came out.
It was before it came
Okay, it
out.
was
So
around this
like he
time.
debuted like in January, and then he had the run through
So it was before.
WrestleMania,
All right,
and
it was
then
before, then never
they
mind.
reformed Evolution, and then he quit, and then he immediately started promoting this movie.
Okay. Fine.
And
if it was after, then
you
I'd
know
be
what?
like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
That-
This guy's awesome.
That like 6-month streak of his wrestling career, I think was incredible. He just got booed by everybody for not being Daniel Bryan. He totally started changing his look. He grew like all his body hair and
Yeah.
shit, and a big beard. He was wearing like all blue.
He was like a contractor.
Yeah.
Just like,
And then people
I'm
just
going to be out in 3
started,
weeks, so fuck you.
Yeah, people started chanting Blue Tista to him.
Blue
and
Tista's
stuff.
funny.
Yeah, and then when he quit like Evolution, he's just like, I want a title shot. And they're like, no. And then he's like, then I'm leaving. And then he started like waving at everybody. It was like a limp wristed
Limp
wave.
princess wave.
And then he left.
And never came back.
Yeah. Yeah. James Gunn stated that Chris Pratt's audition was so good, he was prepared to offer him the role even if Pratt didn't lose weight and get in shape in time.
Whoa.
That's another great thing I love about this movie. It made
That
like
character could be pudgy.
yeah, it made a pudgy guy into a buff badass. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was this is a star-making performance by Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
He went on to headline Jurassic World.
Yeah.
He's a big star now, and it's all because of this movie. Dave Bautista's a big star. It's all because of this movie.
Yep. This is yeah.
According to Vin Diesel, that goddamn piece of shit that I fucking hate, his performance as Groot helped him get through the dark time in his life when he was dealing with the loss of his best friend, Paul Walker. It's like,
What the hell's wrong with you?
No. So him going into
What
a
is
recording studio and saying I am Groot in a few different languages and a few different inflections made him forget about the death of his best friend Paul Walker.
Oh God!
I bet they weren't
Oh,
even
Ryan,
friends. They probably hated
Ryan,
each
you've
other.
missed a huge component of the Groot character. What is wrong with you, man? Are you serious? You
think-
can hear him translate what he's saying through "I am Groot." When people react, they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it's
So
over
it
there
has
to the
nothing to
right."
do with the animation of Groot's face and the fact that people translate Rocket tells you what he's saying. That doesn't.
You don't find
do
beauty in that,
anything?
though? Like, what if he went to the sound studio and really just took it all out? He wore it on his sleeve and was saying, "I am Groot" in the emotional ways. It's delivery, man. It's all delivery.
And you think he was thinking about Paul Walker the entire time?
whole
And
time.
like on my whole, this goes out to Paul, man.
This is for Paul.
It just like the
This
fact
is for
that this
Paul.
is a fun fact means that he told somebody that, meaning that he's just trying to get people to be like, oh yeah, Vin, he's a good guy. He was really broken up, but then he said I am Groot a bunch of times, and then he felt better.
Yeah, probably.
All right, that's
How many
enough.
more do you got?
Oh, okay, one more.
Thank God.
After filming finished,
No offense.
James Gunn gave Dave Bautista a Drax lunchbox to add to his collection of vintage lunchboxes.
Oh, Dave Bautista has a collection of vintage lunchboxes.
He does.
That's so cool.
Meanwhile, Batista gave Chris Pratt and Zoe Saldana some custom WWE Championship belts.
Oh man,
They're just giving each other gifts left and right.
they're gonna be friends for life.
Yep. Well, with that, I'm Ryan.
That makes me. I'm sorry.
You
I'm
son
sorry.
of a
I'm sorry,
bitch.
but that's beautiful.
You son of a
I love it when
bitch.
people give things to other people. Go ahead.
I love it when people let people do their outro in peace. I'm Ryan, the Muffler Bruckner, saying, Snooki is a wrestler, first of all. Come at me, bros, if you got a problem with that. Cut the music. What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape Pomona pissants to keep the noise down while I take my robe off and show the ladies what a real man looks like. Hit the music.
And I'm Mike Big Tobacco Ryan saying, I did not. I repeat, I did not sleep with that young intern. I was up all night.